So the reason I'm doing this video is because I get a lot of questions around alcohol. Every time I share something on social media, which I share some updates on, I get a lot of questions from people who are reaching out and asking for help. And the two main questions that I get asked is, number one is, why did you give up alcohol? And number two is, how did you give up alcohol? And again, this isn't like me preaching or me saying that I'm going to be off alcohol for the rest of my life, but I have been sober now for the last 15 months, and I want to just share some insights and just basically answer the questions that a lot of people are asking. Number one, I suppose, the reason why I gave up alcohol was ultimately because it was making me feel like shit. It was just making me feel like shit. It was just starting to take away from everything that I was looking to create. It was starting to have more negatives than positives, and it was just taking me away from how I really wanted to feel, who I wanted to become, and the things that I actually wanted to do and achieve. I felt that alcohol was getting in the way, and I think that had always been an issue for years. I had kind of been off alcohol, back on again, off the booze, back on again. And if I look back through my life, a lot of the stuff and the issues and the problems that I had and got into was again alcohol related. So there's a lot of addictive traits with booze. Some people can go out and have a drink and have a couple of drinks, and that's fine, and they can kind of leave it at that. But I've just started noticing those patterns within myself that wasn't me. If I was going to have a couple of pints, then it was 10, and I was trying to get as much into me as possible, as much as I could. So obviously those types of traits and those things aren't good. So the reason ultimately that I stopped was because it was starting to become too much of a repetitive pattern, and it was starting to take away too much from me. It was starting to take away obviously my energy. It was taking my productivity away. It was taking me away from things that I said that I was going to do, plans that I had, ideas that I had, goals that I had, business related goals, talks, etc. All of the things that I had wanted to do and wanted to create, and I was moving towards them, but I was doing it for me at 50%. Now, am I saying that you can't be productive and you can't create the business that you want and you can't do all these things because you're going to have a drink? Of course not. And there's a lot of successful people that go out and achieve what they want to achieve and are able to have alcohol in their lives and manage it well. But for me, that wasn't happening. So the biggest reason that I stopped was to get my energy back, to get my productivity back, to get me moving towards where I wanted to be, to get me moving towards how I wanted to feel. And I had tried so many different times with alcohol to say, right, well, this time I'm only going to have a drink at this time or on this day, or it might be only on special occasions, it might be only at this event, etc. But lo and behold, once I went back and had a few drinks again, then it would creep back in again. So sometimes it would have been a Thursday, sometimes it would have been a Friday, a Saturday, Sunday, then all of a sudden I'm drinking more days than I'm not drinking. And one of the biggest things for me, and I know a lot of people will be able to relate to this, because from speaking to a lot of people, the thing that they feel that they are driving towards alcohol more is because of boredom, because they are like looking to escape their reality. They're looking to escape something that they actually don't want to be doing. They're doing it as an escape. And for me, it was boredom for sure, and also not doing what I really, really loved, not being my authentic self, not actually like fulfilling what was most important to me, like within my business and within my higher values. And when I got back involved with doing the things that I actually truly loved, and I wanted to do more of that, and I was being more authentic to myself, then I seen that alcohol didn't need to be playing much of a role within my life. And that definitely helped me actually kind of like want to give it up and want to put it aside. But again, to go back to why I gave it up was just low energy, low mood, low levels of anxiety. For me, anytime that I had a drink, everything, all the problems that I had or the things that I had to do within my work and my business and my life, they all seemed so much bigger. The problems that you have with a hangover, lack of sleep, feeling like shit, they're exacerbated. Number two, how did I give it up? again, I suppose how I gave it up was, this time I kind of had a shift in my mindset, which was, I'm not saying that I'm never drinking again, because I've done that before. And when I did that before, well, what did I do? I wanted to fill that void. I wanted to actually have a drink again. So this time I've said, look, I'm going to give it a miss, and I'm just going to keep going towards a daily process of, I'm not drinking today, I'm not drinking today, and then build on that. In the last 15 months I've been able to build on that and build on that, and after around 60 days, 90 days, you really start to feel the benefits. And it's hard to kind of put into perspective for somebody that's maybe never given themselves 90 days of never drinking alcohol. They actually get them to feel what that actually feels like. Your sleep improves, your energy improves, your mindset and your mental health improves, your productivity improves. You just feel better. There's just no comparison, you just feel better. So when I wanted to give it up this time, how I did it was, I started to really focus on what I get to gain. Because when it comes to giving up alcohol, most people think about what they're losing. Oh, I can't have a drink at a wedding, I can't have a drink on holidays, I can't have a drink at my birthday, I can't celebrate properly, I can't, all these different things. You start to think on the things that you're not getting. But if you really start to focus on what you get to gain, so I got to gain better health, I got to gain more energy, I got to gain more productivity, my sleep improved, I got to gain my life back in terms of my energy and my perception and how I was actually moving towards my goals, etc. I got to gain so many different things. Now again, someday in the future, that might change. But for now, in the last 15 months, it's been nothing but a positive. Again, has its challenges, but overall, nothing but a positive. So I just wanted to record this for all the people that kind of reach out and ask me questions about booze and alcohol and giving it up and how I'm finding it and why I wanted to stop it, etc. So hopefully that helps.